Hello, hello. I think we are live. There we go. Now we're live. Good morning. I'm just going to give it a few minutes. We're streaming live into a couple groups for our Trash to Treasure event today, so I'm excited. It's right up my alley. I love to upcycle, recycle, and saving stuff from going to the landfill. That's awesome. I am super happy to have you here. Just going to give it a couple seconds. I've got comments over here so I can see once we've started streaming. I will begin. I'm going to take a sip of coffee before we get going. It's still a little early. I'll move that out of the way before I knock it over, because I would do it, trust me. All right, we're getting close. Close. Just give it a little bit more. I don't see anybody yet. And I'm not sure if the person before me was done yet or not. And I can't remember if it might have been Cindy. There we go. It is 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. Welcome. This is Little Sister Chalks. I'm happy to have you here. I'm Luana. I'm your Chalk Couture independent designer. I've been in the business for almost 5.5 years now and still love it as much as the first day that I started. So this is our Trash to Treasure event hosted by the Crafting Network, the Crafters Hive, and CCC, the Crafty Creators Community. I can never remember that name, but I am so grateful to be here. I'm grateful for all of those groups hosting us and streaming us in. And let me see. So I'm just going to get started. So my trash today is a Laughing Cow cheese container. I'm not sure if you love Laughing Cow as much as I do, but I've got a lot of these, so I need to see what other ideas I can come up with as well. And we've got some various things. I've got a little bucket, and I've got some jute, and I've got some other things. So I think we'll just get started. I'm going to tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing. And first I'm going to start with the bucket, actually. So let me go ahead and tilt you down. Hello, Jen. I see that you have shared me. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. All right, so I've got this little bucket, and I'm going to put a little design on it using a Chalk Couture stencil. This is a retired one. It's one of the little spring minis that we had, I think right when I started, probably. So we're going to start with this, and we're going to build, let me show you. This is what we're building. A little bunny in a bucket. So this guy will turn into our bunny, and then we'll just add some things to it. So I tried it out just to see how it would work. I used a skewer, which is a little wobbly, but that's okay. I think it'll be fine. And that's what I got. So I didn't want to buy new things, so I used what I had. So if I can get this to stay, there we go. I'm just gonna take my, I don't know if you can see it, there we go, my fuzzing cloth. You can use a towel, you can use your shirt, whatever. Just get a little bit of the stickiness off, because there's certain surfaces these stencils will stick to a lot, like really hard. And then it's hard to get them off, and you don't want to stretch them. I'm just gonna try and make sure that's a little straight. You know what, I think it's okay. I'm not doing the words, I'm just doing the sunshine around it. And if you're anything like me, you are glad that spring is on its way and that we change the clocks tomorrow morning. That always makes such a big difference for me. having more daylight. Probably should have used a little squeegee instead of this one, but that's okay. So all I did was dip my squeegee into my chalk paste, and we're just going to put this little design on. Oh, I see friends popping in. Let's see. Tish, good morning. Brenda, good morning. Jeanette, good morning. Thank you, Jeanette, for sprinkling. So happy to have y'all here. Early for me on a Saturday, but that's okay. I typically go live at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, so this is a little bit early, but I asked Jen to move me because I thought I had something to do today, which actually I had the wrong weekend, but that's all right. I am happy to be here. I'm happy to have you with me. It's always good to craft with friends. So this is just the first part of our little project. All right, and then we're going to peel that off. Ah, so cute. So there we go. I'm going to set that aside to dry. We'll use that later, and I will clean that later as well. All right, so the part that's going to take us a while is the bunny head. And let me get my things together. So I'm just going to use hot glue and this jute, and we're going to cover the front of this container, this Laughing Cow cheese container, kind of like a pinwheel, I guess. So I'm going to try to find the center-ish. And then just kind of give that a second to set. And then we're just going to start to go around and around. And this will take a little bit of time, hopefully not crazy amount, but we're just going to start. And I just want to get it as close and tight and flat as possible. And I'll just keep adding a little bit of glue, just a little, as we go around. So you don't want it squishing out from between the jute. The back I'm going to cover with fabric. I have a friend who gave me a bag full of upholstery, like fabric samples. So I'm going to use that, but you could also do this on the back. Thanks for following, Jeanette. You could do the same thing on the back, which I think would be actually really cute. You could use paper instead of fabric or jute. You could decoupage. However you want to cover the box would be absolutely fun. I really do think this on the back would also be really cute, but I didn't want to take that much time. So we'll just cover with fabric, and we will just go round and round. So, Laughing Cow cheese. I have a lot of these because I started my Weight Watchers journey again in January. Hello, Cindy. I did not catch you because I was getting ready, but I will go back and watch your replay. I can't wait to see what you made. So yeah, I started my Weight Watchers journey, and a wedge of Laughing Cow cheese and an apple has turned into my favorite snack. So I usually do one a day, and the light ones are only a point. So like I said, I got lots of Laughing Cow containers. If you guys have other ideas, I'd love to hear them. I love these. I've seen, I was kind of Googling and looking on Pinterest. That's a little bit too much glue, I think. Gift boxes, which I think is an adorable idea. And I love that we are saving things from going to the landfill. So let me just tell you that this weekend is the Trash to Treasure event. 2 days worth of crafting. There's 30 crafters going live on their business pages. We each have an hour to turn something from trash to a fantastic little project. And I always learn so much from all the talented crafters that participate in these events. That's my favorite part. As well as spending a little bit of time with you, because crafting is better with friends. And then we are being streamed into 3 crafting groups. the Crafting Network, the Crafters Hive, and the Crafty Creators Community. I got it that time. Those are all fabulous groups to join. They are free, and you'll see lots of fantastic ideas and projects, and I'm always so inspired by everything that's shared, and people share so freely, and it's so wonderful. And then Jen, our host, is giving away a $25 gift card. To enter to win that, oops, we've got a little bit of grass there. To enter to win that gift card, you need to fill out the form. That should be in my description. And you must be a member of the Crafting Network. So at least join that group, but all three are fantastic. And I encourage you to join them all. All right. We're getting there, you guys. Round and round and round. So let's see. I felt like a bunny craft for spring was a good idea. So that's why we're doing this today. And I was thinking back to Easter's when I was a kid, and my mom used to go to an Italian food store, so an ethnic store, and get like sausage and different things, and they'd always have these humongous chocolate hollow eggs. I mean probably not humongous from an adult's perspective, but as a kid they were very big, and they were filled with toys and treats, and I think that was my favorite part of Easter morning, was my basket, which always had that egg in it. And of course I liked hunting for eggs as well. All right, we are getting there. Hopefully not too much longer here. Just go around a few more times. What we want to do is cover as much as we can. And we'll go maybe a little bit outside the edge on one end because of the way the circle works. Kind of. I'm going to trim those little stray guys when we get done. And I also just wanted to mention, if you can't watch everybody live today and tomorrow, all of the videos will be available for replay. You can either find them in those groups, because we are streaming there, or on the Crafters business page. And then just a reminder that Facebook is changing live storage soon, and I think it's June. Lives will only be available for 30 days after that, so they won't be there forever once we get past the next couple of months. All right. Today is also International Women's Day. So at work we had a photo booth, I think it was Thursday, and we had some events, some speakers. I wasn't able to attend the event with the speakers, so I'm not quite sure what they covered, but I know the theme is, I knew the theme. The theme is Accelerate Action, I think. So, you know, nothing happens in any part of our lives, whether that's in your career or in your own business or like my weight loss journey. You need to take action and make it happen. And nobody's more vested in that than you. So have the confidence. Jump in, do something. If it doesn't work, change tactic and try something different. I think that is advice we can give all of the women in our lives, especially young women, because confidence, I think, is so much a part of that. Like, just to have the confidence in yourself, your abilities, jump in there, give it a try. See what happens. All right, we are really getting there, I promise. This is probably like watching paint dry. I thought about doing some of it, and then I didn't want to like lose the momentum. So I decided not to do that. Let me just cut this because it's bugging me. I like things not being exactly perfect. I like the roughness of jute. I think texture adds so much to a project. So I do not mind the little hairies and stuff like that. But that one big piece was bugging me. All right. A few more times. I think there's another big piece. Did I pull you off? Yes. And I don't know where everybody's at, but in our area, so from Wisconsin through parts of Illinois, there's a vintage shop hop happening. It started yesterday. It's usually 2 days, a Friday and a Saturday. And there are shops all along. You get an interactive map and you can figure out which stores you want to go see, and it's so much fun. We went in the fall because there's a spring one and a fall one. So we went last fall, a friend of mine and I went, and so much to see, so much amazing goodness. And I love to like thrift and that kind of thing, so we were looking out for goodies to make crafts from. So upcycling, recycling, I love to find things either around my house, or people give me stuff sometimes, or at thrift stores. Ah! Okay. We were doing so well. My craft gun, or my glue gun, and I sometimes do not get along. Is there anybody in the Wisconsin, Illinois area? Where are you guys all watching from? Oh, I did it again. I stuck my finger in the hot glue. I think our weather today is still a little cool. I think tomorrow should be better. And then the week we're seeing 50s and 60s in the forecast. So that is exciting. I burned my thumb that time. So spring really is around the corner. And I have those little things that you put on your fingers, to the little silicone things to protect them, and I don't know where I put them. I know I bought them because that would have been helpful, because man, that hurt my thumb. We usually do fight, this glue gun and I rarely win the fight. All right, I think we might just go around one more time because I still see a little bit of the box. So where I don't have a box to glue to, I'm going to glue to the side of the jute next to it. And again, not a lot of glue because I don't want all that glue showing through. I'm going to go slow and little sections at a time. Now that we're off the container lid. And that was too much glue showing, but that'll be okay. So up after me is Terry with T's Crafty Ranch. So I hope you stick around and watch as much as you can, because like I said, I always get so inspired and get fantastic ideas from all of the tremendous crafters that we have in our networks. We are getting to the end, because here we'll cover this part of the box, and then we will move on to the next step. And I hope we inspire you to go dig something out of your trash today and make something fabulous. I was collecting things, and my husband's like, why aren't we throwing this away? And I said, because I have to come up with a project to turn trash into treasure, and I don't know what I'm making yet. So I think I have a coffee can, not a can, but a container, Dunkin' Donuts coffee container. I had, I think, a strawberry container. There were a couple other things. And I decided on this guy. Let's just see a little bit more here. And I think I'm going to end it right there. That looks like a good spot. And then we are done with this part of the project. Yay! All right, that took about as long as I thought, so we are doing okay. Give that just a second to set up, and then I'm going to cut it there. And then this will turn to like the bottom of the bunny, and I think my skewer will fit through there. So let us see. Probably not the best scissors to use for that, but I don't know where my other ones went. Okay, let's just tuck that in. Okay, step one is done. So now he needs, I'm going to cover the back, and then I'm going to make him some ears. Maybe I'll do the ears next. So I've got, this is the fabric that I'm going to use on the back side to cover. And then I think I'm going to do his ears out of orange, because I like the orange with the orange pale. So I don't need, this is the sample fabric that my friend, I have so much of this, all different kinds. I don't need the whole thing. So I'm just going to bend this back. And then I'm going to figure out what size ears. So I'm going to take my jute and make little ears. Is that a little too big? How's that? That looks okay. So let me cut there, and then I'll cut another one same size. And then I'm just going to take my hot glue and glue the ends together to make the shape. Just hold that together for a second. That's all right. We'll do the other one. You don't need a lot for this, just a little dab, and you just want to get the ends to stay together. Okay, then I need a pen, and I'm going to, I think that'll be fine. I'm just going to trace, I'm going to leave a little bit at the end because I want to make like a little tab, because that'll help us connect the ear too, and then this is bugging me, so let me just get rid of this. Instead of fighting with it, that's so much better. Okay, so then I'm just going to outline the ear. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you can always trim it. Make sure it's big enough. So I'm going to cut, when I cut it, I'll cut on the outside of the line, and then you can always trim it. And then this guy. Don't know where I left off. He's moving around on me. That's okay. All right. Good enough. I don't think I need that anymore. And I'm going to get my fabric scissors for this one. And then we'll cut the ears out. Like I said, I'm going to cut on the outside of the line because I can always trim back if there's overhang. So I'm curious, do you guys decorate for, hey Janelle, good to see you again. Do you guys decorate for spring and Easter? I like bunnies, so I kind of leave them out all the time. They don't necessarily have to go away after a season. I don't have a lot of Easter decor though. Just curious. Ah, Cheryl, 135 pounds on Weight Watchers. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've lost 13 so far, but I'm happy with it. It's been, 2 months since the beginning of the year. So a little over 2 months, 9 weeks, something like that. And I'm happy with my progress so far. Slow, but 135 is amazing. I need this again. Congratulations. Yay for you. So awesome. Okay, then to glue it, I want to glue it on the right side so that this shows through. And I'm gonna start at the bottom here and just gonna tack it down going around the shape. And you can see I'm gonna have to do some trimming, and actually I should have moved it down a little bit. Do I have the chance? Yes, okay. Glad I saw I was off the, I'm going to do the top now too. I was off the top. Yeah, I had done Weight Watchers many years ago, and I was very successful with it, but didn't keep it off, unfortunately. So I decided to give it another try. 1 pound, 1 bite at a time, yes. And I have to say, I haven't been perfect, but, it's working. And you gotta fit it into your life. You gotta live with it so that you do keep it off. And like I said, I was not successful at that part of it last time. So I'm hoping this time for better success on that end of things. And I need a glue stick. Yeah, I had gained this, I weigh on Fridays, so yesterday when I weighed in, I was up like a pound. But it was my birthday the weekend before. My daughter was here. We probably did a lot of eating out, which I hadn't been doing since starting back, so that's all right. I know it is not something that you're, every week will be a loss. There are ups and downs, so... expectations are not that I will be perfect and it'll happen, you know, every week will be a success. That's okay. And there's other measurements too, not just the scale. So now the thing I gotta do is fit in a little bit of movement. I think just walking would be a good start. So I gotta get going on that. Now that the weather's turning, that'll be a little bit easier as well. And I do know there are indoor walking things, but you know, it's easy to make excuses, I guess. Yes, and you have to do it for yourself. And, you know, at my age, it's less about looks, more about health, like trying to avoid issues that, that my parents had that are, you know, genetic, that may happen whether or not you're doing things. But if you try to be healthy and avoid some of that stuff, I think that is a smart strategy. So you are inspiring, Cheryl. I will remember 1 pound, 1 bite at a time. Last time I did go to meetings. I haven't done that this time yet. I guess I could look and see. All right, so one ear, I kind of trimmed them down. Oh, I made a mess. That's all right. I think if you don't make a mess, you're not really crafting. Okay, we're still doing good on time. It's coming together, guys. These are probably the biggest time-consuming parts of this. But I think he turned out so cute that I wanted to share with you. And like I said, you could use paper for this part, as long as it's kind of thick and it'll hold the ear up, because the jute on its own doesn't have too much to hold it. But yeah, I think paper would work. You could decoupage. You could paint the container as well. There are like so many different ways to do it, and use what you have. Like, I'm a big proponent of that. All right, now I want to cover the back, and I'm going to use this other piece of fabric. And unfortunately, the glue where they attach the little cardboard to it, and I don't know which is the right side of this fabric and which is not. Now that I have orange all over it, that's going to be the wrong side, I guess. So let me flip that over. And hopefully I don't get much more orange over here. And then I just want to trace the circle. I'm like right up against the edges, but that's okay. There's enough there. All right. Oh, I'm going to glue that together too so it doesn't come apart. Orange fuzzies. I should have done that last. Vicky, good morning. Tomorrow. I can't wait to see what you do. And I'm just going to cut again on the kind of the outside of the line, because I can always trim that down once we glue it in place as well. I can't wait to see what everybody does. So much fun. And don't forget, fill out the form. You have to be a member of the Crafting Network, but there's a form for the $25 giveaway. Tell Jen I sent you, and good luck, because who can't use 25 bucks? And use it for whatever you want. I hope I have enough now on this circle, because I was right up against the glue. Let us see what happens. And I'm just taking my time, because I have more fabric, but I have one more piece I pulled out. If I truly mess up, I guess we can adjust. Okay, let's see what happened. I think it's all right. I think it'll be all right. All right, I'm just gonna get the center and then let that set just a second and make sure I'm all covered. And then I'm going to just move from the center to the edges. Just glue down as I go. Okay, come on. You know what? I have just a little bit there, but I should have pulled it more this way. It's too late now. So I'm too far down on this end, but that's all right. It's the back. I can always, is it the bottom? Am I lucky? Where is the bottom? No, I'm not lucky. I was gonna say I could put a bunny tail there, but nope. That's okay. It's all good. All right, I'm just gonna trim a little bit. Making more of a mess. Yeah, see how much more I have on this side. Silly girl. And then I'm going to clean up this top of this table. We still have a little bit of time, because now I've made more mess with fabric. Alright, so there's the back. Like I said, I've got a little bit over here that's a problem, but that's okay, and I do not want to pull those. So let me, before I do anything else, just glue this little piece down so it stops fraying maybe. Okay. I brought in a pet hair roller for some of this kind of cleanup. We have 2 dogs, and one sheds like mad all the time, so these are handy to have. Okay. Now this guy's being weird down here. Now I think, find my skewer. I am working with a Laughing Cow cheese container. And that's how we got on the Weight Watchers discussion, because it's one of my favorite snacks. I eat it with an apple, and it's turned into one of my favorites. Where is the bottom? Alright. So let's see, do I need, no, I think that'll be okay. So what I'm going to do is glue the container together so it stops moving on me. And then I'm going to glue the very top of that skewer, and maybe a little bit of glue in the hole. And then we're going to put, and I want to make sure that hole is where I need it to be. It's nice that it has its own little hole already made. And then we're going to do the side. I've got ribbon for that. I'm going to do the ribbon first. So I think it's a 7/8 inch wide, and it fits this perfectly. So I'm going to start at the bottom here and just work my way around. So I'm going to try and get as close, and I'm going to glue this down first. I'm going to try and get as close to the hole as I can, and then just go around. And hopefully this maybe will kind of cover those little pieces that. All right, and I'm just going to use a little bit of glue along the edges of the ribbon and press it down as we go. Just a little bit. And push it down. And I'm not going straight. So trying to cover that piece is not going to help me if I don't go straight. I'm going to come back around and get this fabric at the back too, where it's kind of loose on the edges. There we go. And then we'll do the ears, and we'll give them some whiskers and a nose, and then we'll put them inside the container. We still have lots of time, I think, maybe about 20 minutes. Yeah. So I guess I don't have to hurry, because I do have plenty of time. And again, I'm going to get as close to this hole as I can, because we need a little spot to stick the skewer in. Now I wish I had a dowel, because I think a dowel would be stronger. But I did not. And like I said, I was trying to not buy things too, because using what I have is also thought went well with a Trash to Treasure event. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim this piece. Oh, maybe trim a little bit more, because I don't see the hole too much anymore. It actually should be fine, because the skewer's quite small. Come on. There we go. Get these little flaps that are moving. The edges were loose. And just get that down. Okay, so the question is, do I want to put the ears on first and then put the skewer in and then finish? I think I might. So I left these little tabs so that we can, I think I might have to trim them a little bit. That'll help us glue the ears on. I actually don't need to trim them. I'm gonna leave it. So what I'm gonna do is just glue this so that we get a little base. I'm gonna do the same with this side. Let me just make sure they're the same. They should be about the same length. Yep. This one's a little wonky at the end. Oh, now I got orange everywhere. Alright, and then kind of position them. And I lost my bottom again. There we go. That seems about right. So we'll just start with this one, put a little bit of glue, And we'll set them down. I think that's where I was. Hopefully. Maybe I should have made them a little bit shorter. You know what? I'm going to pull it up while I can. I'm going to cut these tabs just a little bit shorter. They seem to not be working quite as well as I want them to. So let's just take a little bit off. Let's try that again. That seems a little better, a little bit more stable. Isn't it cute? I actually saw someone make it with a styrofoam thing, and they did different, they covered with different stuff, but I kind of thought it was really cute. All right, that looks like a good spot. All right, we can see the bunny coming together now. There is it. So cute. All right, then I think maybe I'll do his, I wonder if I made them too long. That's all right, they'll be fine. All right, I think I'm gonna do his face next. So I have some yarn, and I think I'm just gonna do one. How big does it need to be before I do that? That's probably all right. So I don't want to stretch it too much, but I'm just gonna do, I did too many last time. We're just gonna do that. And then I want another little piece to tie it with. All right, so I'm just gonna pinch it in the center. And I'm gonna tie it with another piece. And we're gonna cover the center up anyway. So you could tie it with whatever you want. I've got a button for his nose. We're still okay on time, I think. And I'm just gonna, if I can get this yarn to go up right there. Where's the end? There it is. Shouldn't be the hardest part of the project. I think that's okay. Now I lost it again. Just gonna do one more knot. Okay, and then I'm going to trim what I tied with, I think. I think that's, no, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't know which ends are which, but that's okay. We're just gonna cut the loops, and then we can trim them down as well. And then we're going to, you could also make them a little tail for the back. Put that in the center. And then we'll just trim to the shortest ones. You can make them however long you want. I think these were the ones that I tied with, actually. That looks okay to me. And he needs a nose. So I have these little heart buttons. That's what I'm going to use. They have designs on the side, but I don't, there's no colors that I like that work with this, so I'm just going to go with the other side that doesn't have anything on it. And we're going to press that down. Ooh. Give that just a second. I think his whiskers are okay. This side might actually be too long. Now he's got a little face. All right, now I'm going to stick that skewer in. So again, I'm going to just do the top so that maybe it catches the top of the box. Maybe not, because that all came off in the hole, I think. But I'm just going to do a little bit in the hole. if I can get some in there. Just to kind of hold it. And he's crooked. His nose is crooked. Guess I should have looked at that before I glued him down, huh? Can I get him off? Not easily. Ah, there we go. Let's try that again. That's better. But now his ears don't work. His ears are crooked now. But you know what? I'm gonna go with it because it doesn't really matter. He's kind of cute. All right. I didn't want his nose that crooked though. I don't know how I did that. I was off on the ears. Okay. So now we have our bucket. And I've got a couple pieces of styrofoam, so I think I'm going to glue down. The circle's going to go in first. I think I'm just going to glue it down so that it stays put. And then I had, because the skewer's not real, maybe I'll glue these together too. Not real strong. I thought having a higher piece of styrofoam would be better. All right, we're getting there. We have 10 minutes. I think we're still okay. All right, now we're gonna put him in. Woo. There, now he's in, and he's crooked. I think the skewer itself is crooked. All right, he's better. And then I think you could use like Easter grass, or if you had paper. I don't have either of those, so again I'm going to use what I have. And I have stuffing for a pillow, so we're going to use that. I'm just going to break up a little bit. I just don't want to see the styrofoam. And I'm going to shove some in. I don't need a lot. I just want to kind of stabilize the styrofoam and build up, so we don't need a lot of moss. But if you had like the Easter grass, that probably would be a little bit better to fill this with. But that's okay. And then my messy moss. Try not to make a total mess with this. And I'm not going to glue it down. You can. If I was giving it to someone or selling it, I probably would do something, you know, a little bit different so that you could glue things down and it wouldn't go all over. But for now, we're just going to do this. Actually, I should have given him a bow before I did this. I missed that step. That's all right. We'll do it after, which means we'll get moss everywhere. So I think that looks okay. Looks all right. Maybe a smidge up here. Okay. So we have that. And we need a little bit more over here. Where's my handy dandy pet roller? Pick up some of this grass. All right, and then I want to give them a little bow, I think. So I'm just going to do, I'm not a huge fan of bows, partly because I don't make them well. So I'm just going to, this would have been easier to do when he was laying down. But that's okay. I'm just going to give him a simple little white bow. That should be enough. Cut it on the same angle. And then we're just gonna give it a little tie. Yeah, this would have been a heck of a lot easier the other way. Oh my goodness gracious. Struggle. Honestly. I don't want to lay them because all that moss is going to fall out. But laying them would be a heck of a lot easier. There we go. It is not perfect, but it is okay. And then I can glue that so it stays put, and we've got the wrong side of the ribbon showing as well. But you know what, for now we are going to go with it. I still have 7 minutes. Oh, Lisa, thank you so much. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, Lisa, I can't wait to see what you do tomorrow. I love everybody's ideas and learning things. It's so fun. Okay, so my bow's not perfect, but you get the idea. I may try to fix them. We still have a few minutes. 6 minutes left. Reminder, fill out the form to be entered to win a $25 gift card sponsored by our host Jen. And if you can't catch everybody live, the replays are available in the 3 groups. So let me I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm going to tilt you back up. So the 3 groups are the Crafters Hive, the Crafting Network, and Crafty Creators Community, CCC, and you can't see me. There we go. Maybe that's better. Enter to win. Tell Jen I sent you, and good luck with that. And then join the groups. You have to be a member of the Crafting Network to win, but join all the groups because they are amazing. Wonderful, wonderful, talented crafters that love to share their ideas and inspiration, and we all learn so much from each other. So let me just pick this little guy up so you can see we still have 5 minutes. And his ears are like way off, but you know what? I may try to fix that. I may not, because I'm getting the glue off is probably not going to be fine. I'm just going to leave him alone. He's kind of crooked. He's kind of wonky. A little bit like me. But there we go. And like I said, you could do like paper or do the jute on the other side instead of paper or fabric. You can paint, you can decoupage, you can do him like any way you want. But I think he's so super cute. I like the little ray of sunshine at the bottom. Thank you, Lindell. Oh, yay, Janelle. Try it, try it, try it. Don't be afraid. It'll be awesome. You can always use the other side as well. And if you need help, let me know. I'm here for you. I can answer any questions. We could do it together if you want. We can hop on a Zoom or something and do it together. So give it a try. It's so much fun. Thank you. He really is cute. Like I said, a little wonky, but that's okay. Here's his friend, the one I tried before just to make sure I knew what I was doing. He's less wonky, but there they are. Yes, see, his ears are a little bit better, but all right, stick with us. A whole weekend of crafting. I was only number 2. Give everybody a like and a follow, and catch what you can. Watch it on replay if you can't stay with us. It's I know it's a lot of time to invest, but I do love to go back and watch everybody's ideas. And T's Crafty Ranch. So Terry's up next. Jump over and see what she's up to. And I'm going to go back and watch Cindy's craft because I missed her. And we'll see what everybody creates today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And again, there's my cute little guys. Thank you, Cindy. I kind of like them too. Even with their imperfections, but that's all right. It's all good. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. We're done just a few minutes early. I apologize for that, but I don't want to keep you. But hop over, check out Terry, and then stick with us. Sounds like tomorrow we have some amazing people as well. I can't see what everybody does. Thank you, Lisa. I will post a picture as well so that you can see them. I'll put them together. And we'll get them out to the groups so everybody could see. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. And if you want, catch me next week, 10:08 Central Time, right here on Little Sister Chalks. I usually go live every Saturday morning and have some coffee, do some crafting, and have some fun. So I hope to see you back here soon. Take care. Bye.